I don't know. It must be.
As Lee, our director, says, why not? Why not snakes?
Yeah, great. That's why I used to call him every time I see him in the back. He's a snake.
All right, great.
No association to anything that went on in the last month.
No, but
it stinks.
But it's dropping something on Chuck's head, and how can you go wrong with that?
Okay.
Yeah.
You ruined our
Keith,
streak. The Cardinals still stink.
That was Lee.
Ruined our streak.
Oh, that's Lee's doing. What have we got in the back? Snakes?
That was the worst drop down ever.
That's great.
That was the worst drop down in TNT.
You should see what else is in the back.
They were budgets. They were like, they went to the 99-cent store and was like, what can we get a bunch of snakes? Yes, we have snakes. All right, we'll use that tonight. I know who's behind this. Arts and crafts, man.
With FanDuel, your group chat will be blowing up every game of the NBA playoffs. Because right now, new customers can bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Plus, with live betting, you can get in on all the action from tip-off to the final buzzer. It's the NBA playoffs on America's #1 sportsbook. New customers can bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if you win.
When you have chronic kidney disease, there are places you'd like to be. Like here. And here. Not so much here. Farxiga reduces the risk of kidney failure, which can lead to dialysis.
Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections, and low blood sugar. A rare, life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis.
When you have chronic kidney disease, it's time to ask your doctor for Farxiga, because there are places you want to be.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
My name's Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Hacienda. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. And with no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to my business needs. What's in your wallet?
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein. Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein. 30 grams protein, 1 gram sugar, 25 vitamins and minerals, and a new fiber blend with a prebiotic.
University of Maryland Global Campus is a school for real life, one that values the successes you've already achieved. Earn up to 90 undergraduate credits for relevant experience and get the support you need from your first day to graduation day and beyond. What will your next success be?
Who are you texting?
I'm shopping for a car on CarMax.
A car?
Are you sure you can afford that?
That's a big purchase.
Relax. I got pre-qualified and shopped by my monthly budget, so I know it's a good decision. Unlike Jenny's new piercing.
The only thing sweeter than summer break is a summer bake.
These bakers will take your taste buds on a trip.
To the sweetest competition
Of the season. Season premiere Summer Baking Championship, Monday at 8.
Is he next? It's anything yours on a Saturday night. Show me what I should be seeking, so we can take everything you
AEW Collision, live Saturday at 8 on TBS.
Is playoff Jason a thing?
Nah, playoff Jason is not a thing.
Okay, Tatum. We all know it's a thing. Same goes for playoff Spider.
It's not a thing.
Well, Brunson can't deny it.
I mean...
Is that official?
Oh, wait, no.
Oh, I see. You got the whole league in on this.
Not a thing.
Let me guess. Playoff Shane.
It's not a thing.
Are you serious? Everyone's going playoff and saying it's clearly a thing.
It's not a thing.
Well, let's find out.
Boston, a runaway trade.
They are the heavy favorites to win the NBA championship.
I want to see if they have that killer instinct.
We understand what the bigger picture is, and it doesn't get any easier.
The Cavaliers are Boston bound.
Everybody thinks they're going to come in and kick our ass.
So Mitchell Mayhem,
He's in go mode all the time. We've got a next man up mentality, and we just never quit.
Downtown Boston on a gorgeous 67-degree New England night.
where the championship hopes of this historic city always burn bright. As we welcome you to the second round on TNT, it's presented by Wingstop. The playoff page has turned to the conference semifinals, and the Cavaliers get their shot to knock off the prohibitive favorites to come out of the East. And the winner of this one advancing to take on the winner between New York and Indiana. And with that, we say hello and welcome courtside here in Boston. A privilege to be back with you alongside the great Greg Anthony. I'm Spiro Ditas. We'll hear from Stephanie Reddy in just a couple of minutes. So here we go, second round of the playoffs, and all eyes continue to be, at least in this city, on Jason Tatum. It feels like he's the guy that's going to have to get this team to the promised land.
Best player on what has been the best team all season long. And this group is on a mission. And this is just another step on that ladder. The question is, can they raise their level as they continue their ascent on winning that World Championship? But in their way is going to be a young man in Donovan Mitchell who has been getting it done this postseason, coming off an incredible rally to win that 7th game against Orlando. He's going to have to be at his best to will this young group. So their first road win in the past 2 postseasons.
Just mind-numbing numbers that Mitchell put up in the last 2 games of that first-round series against Orlando. Couple of key injury pieces. Still no Jared Allen for Cleveland. He's out with that contusion on the right side, his right rib. This will be the 4th straight DNP for Allen. He has been their defensive anchor, their number 3 scorer, and still no Kristaps Porzingis GA for the Celtics. The feeling is that it is unlikely he's going to play in the second round. Obviously a significant missing piece for the Boston Celtics. Boston has been off 5 days, so it's that old rest versus rust topic of conversation. Cleveland have had the juices flowing, had to get to a game 7. A game in which GA had to come back from 18 down to win it in the first half against Orlando.
And Spiro, I think what both teams have just experienced is exactly what both needed. From Boston's standpoint, the mental push to try to win a championship is important, and to have that time off, I think, helps them. And if you're Cleveland, you're a young team coming off the disappointment of a season ago, your season on the line, you're able to elevate and win. I think you can ride that momentum into Boston.
Our officials, Scott Foster, Curtis Blair, Mitchell Irvin. Our alternator, Sean Corbin, and in the replay center is Tyler Ford. And we are off and running. Game 1 of this Eastern Conference semifinal here in Boston. Here's Drew Holiday, on the wing rather, pops in and out, and the rebound pulled underneath by Evan Mobley. Well, can the Cavaliers get Darius Garland going as Mitchell loses his footing? A little bit of a grimace there. Looks like he's okay. But Garland, all kinds of shooting struggles, not just in the last round, but maybe the last couple of weeks of the regular season. They desperately need him to have a huge series.
Well, they need him to have an impact on winning. And one thing about your shooting is Jaylen Brown with a nice step back for that triple. 2 possessions, 2 threes already for Boston. You know their game plan. But if you're Darius Garland, you can't get caught up in your stats. It's about time and score in terms of game. And you've got to be willing to have the confidence to come through in that moment. They're a little off target with that pass to Mobley. So you can see, though, they're going to get opportunities in here. Just, that's almost too easy. Strus has got to do a much better job off that pin down of running Brown off that 3.
There's J.B. Bickerstaff. We had a chance to visit with him before the game. We asked him what the keys were, and the first thing he said, we've got to win the 3-point battle. Boston averages about 49 3-point attempts per game. We've got to keep them around 40 or less.
And they have to shoot the 3 well and create threes. And here I like this move here, but a great job with the help with Horford and also Tatum of getting to Mobley before he's able to elevate.
Jaylen Brown, good close by Mitchell. And then Brown taking on Mobley, who's called for the foul. Mobley obviously can't afford to get into any kind of foul trouble with no Jared Allen available and some of the shortcomings that they have with their bigs, GA, off that bench.
Yeah, and that last possession also. You've got a mismatch with Derek White, who's a phenomenal defender. But when you've got 7-8 inches, you don't need to pump fake. You've got to be able to elevate, jump hook before the help defense can get there.
So Jaylen Brown, who was Boston's leading scorer in their first-round series victory over Miami, at the free throw line for two. Little break here gives us a chance to check out our 3 for Me Spotlight presented by Chili's. G.A., what about your keys to the series?
Well, Spiro, you talked about it, the three-point shooting. That's going to be critical. But it's also paint touches, and that is the new post game, right? It's not just with your back to the basket. It's your ability to get the ball with 2 feet in the paint. That's what creates three-point opportunities. And I think transition defense is going to be critical. The team that can win that battle, I think, has a leg up in terms of having a chance to control the series.
And can Cleveland get Mitchell some scoring help? Just so much on his shoulders in that last round against Orlando. Max Strus was out of bounds. That's a turnover. Strus, one of the guys they brought over in free agency from Miami last season, Greg, to address some of the three-point shortcomings. Didn't have a great year, but he made some big shots in Game 7 against Orlando.
Yeah, did it. And that's going to help his confidence to do it when it matters most, when you're facing the most adversity. That was a great find there by Tatum, but Holiday unable to convert.
Mitchell on the attack, and he finally gets the Cavaliers their first points.
And that's what we're talking about in terms of transition. Early offense going to be critical because Boston collectively as good as anybody defensively 1 through 5.
Isaac Okoro getting his first chance at Jaylen Brown. You know how good Okoro is as a young defender on the ball. Probably Cleveland's best. Another look at the layup by Mitchell.
And that is important because you don't defensively get to load to the basketball. And that's where I think if you're Cleveland, the speed and quickness of Mitchell and Garland, that can offset some of what Boston presents defensively.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by the 3-row Kia Sorento, built for the unstoppable. Kia, the official automotive partner of the NBA. Matchups in this series, GA, are going to be very interesting. Everyone knows about Mitchell and Garland, but the Celtics, so many interchangeable pieces with what they can do defensively on the perimeter. We all know about Drew Holiday, but Derek White becoming such an elite defensive player as his emergence continues. And so they've got a lot of options against these two guards. And speaking of Derek White, the break comes getting up to splash my face. Wanting just to stay away. Should I try to do something?
Who just picked up Buffalo Wild Wings Go? The Hankster!
Hank!
What?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go.
Yeah, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go. Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs.
Okay, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go delivered, but did he get 6 free wings?
Yep.
No!
With FanDuel, your group chat will be blowing up every game of the NBA playoffs. Because right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Plus, with live betting, you can get in on
over 30 or 35 if need be, but he's also just a great decision maker when the ball's in his hands.
And obviously, everyone here is waiting for the return of Kristaps Porzingis as you see Joe Mazzulla pacing in front of that bench. But in some crazy way, White's continued elite play has mitigated the absence of Porzingis, at least for the moment. And as White misfires that time, this is Garland now to get him set. All the way through inside. Okoro extends and lays it up and in on a pretty scoop as he's got 5 quick points.
And that possession is how the Cavs have to play. There was a lot of movement. When you don't have the ball, you can't allow 5 sets of eyes to load in on it. Tatum unable to get that triple to go. You've got to have movement away from it. Those cuts off the dribble on the baseline are going to be critical, I think, for Cleveland offensively.
Mitchell buries a 3, and the Cavaliers finally starting to find some offensive rhythm. So a 2-point game. They've scored 8 straight points. And Donovan Mitchell with his second basket. These two teams met 3 times during the regular season. The home team won each time as White just has so much in his bag. Right-handed scoop, point blank. Interestingly, the only game the Cavs won in Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell was unavailable as Mobley off a broken little play. Nice find by Mitchell.
Yeah, good job of spacing there by Mobley, and that's going to be critical. Mitchell's going to be able to get into the teeth of that Celtics defense. It's going to be the impact that those other guys can have when they create opportunities to score.
Jason Tatum went hesitation dribble, got it back, and he cleans up his own mess. Tatum's shooting percentage is down in that opening round series win as Isaac Okoro, who shot just under 40% from three this season, has his second tray of the quarter.
Yeah, he really had a great season in terms of shooting. You know he's going to bring that toughness defensively, so that's a huge boost as White comes off that pick and roll and delivers another triple.
Derek White in that last round against Miami, third best true shooting percentage in a playoff series by a Celtic in the last 50 years. What a street-looking stroke by Darius Garland in Cleveland, GA, after a bit of a ragged start. Starting to find their offensive footing.
Yeah, they're doing a much better job. That time Mobley on the offensive glass there, able to get that, and then the right read to get it out for that triple to get Garland going here.
So 1-point game. Jaylen Brown time to take Okoro. What a matchup between those two. Fast start for Jaylen Brown. He's got 11, and he still hasn't missed. He's hit his first three from the field.
And one thing about the Celtics offense, that 5-out offense, it takes away Mobley's ability to block shots, right? Because he's got to honor Horford out at the three-point line. So that takes away his ability at times to be able to impact the rim.
Horford a little bit too much, and the rebound corralled by Mobley. As we come up on the 5-minute mark, the feeling out process between these two teams. Mitchell puts the Cavaliers in front. First lead of the night. And Joe Mazzulla wants a timeout for the Celtics. Donovan Mitchell has been fierce in this postseason.
What does it take to achieve greatness? To rewrite history and go places no athlete has ever gone before? It takes passion, heart, and a community that's there for you every step of the way. State Farm is proud to cover greatness.
We gave it more passenger space for ultimate comfort. We elevated the design. And with Google built-in, we made its tech intuitive. With the all-new Prologue, we've made it easy to go electric. Just like you'd expect from a Honda. The Prologue, everything you love about Honda, now electric.
Nice. AT&T just sent me a heads up on the best plan for me. I'm all about good advice. Mello, you give horrible advice. Draft night 2003, here we go.
Are you sure about this, Mello?
Where does the suit end and perk begin? Trust me, these suits are timeless classics.
Bossy boys.
What?
AT&T Optimizer provides proactive recommendations so you get what's right for you.
And that's how I remember Uber Eats has coffee. I remember something by forgetting something else.
Okay, have a seat.
A what?
A seat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what's been,
Is this having a seat?
No.
Man, we can't buy a bucket. You know what you do when your team can't buy a bucket. You gonna say buy a bucket of Corona, huh? No.
Your bucket, Mr. Manning?
Oh, who ordered this? Give me this. You think you slick. You're not slick. I got you this lever right here. Yeah.
There's so much ambition in sports. There's so much money involved. There's so much at stake.
TNT Sports docuseries with shocking true stories behind sports' biggest scandals.
They're not just hitting just to hit, they're hitting to hurt. That's where the line is crossed.
The most dangerous cartel could be coming after them.
All he wanted to do was get his revenge.
Brett Favre pushing back that he's done anything wrong. His reputation could be ruined.
Rich and Shameless, all new on TNT and anytime on demand and on the TNT app.
Guy can't do it all.
Hey, Noah.
What? So he's recruited his pal Noah and some of your favorite chefs for a delicious mission.
You converge on this town, check out all the restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
Find the best bite in town and bring it to the town square.
This is why I came.
The Bike Club member that wins big. The Bike Club members that don't will pay the price.
Guy has got a punishment.
This is about public humiliation.
All new Best Bite in Town, Friday at 9 on Food Network and stream on Max.
Charles Wade.
Yes, sir. Snakes alive. Don't forget to download the FanDuel Sports app. It's got live betting, live parlays, and snakes flying at you at all times. It pays instantly. Now, Chuck, will the Cavs hold Jaylen Brown under 25 points?
They will not. They will not. He will get his 25.
Oh, man. Could be happening.
Kenny and Chuck with a word from FanDuel. This tremendous concentration level in the studio as always.
How about the accuracy of Shaq? He's tossing those snakes pretty well.
So Boston started the game on a 12-2 run. Jaylen Brown, boy, they still haven't had an answer defensively for him. But the Celtics shot out 12-2 run. Since that point, it's 21-11 GA Cleveland. What's changed?
Well, they played faster. Feels like they're getting into their offense a lot quicker, playing the first 7-8 seconds of the shot clock, and that's allowed them to create a lot of opportunities. This possession, though, again, later in the shot clock, look at how much more difficult it is to create offense.
Okoro turned back. That's Luke Cornett who's checked into the game. Here comes Jaylen Brown. Just a masterful start for Brown. He's got 15 of their first 25 points. Whistle blown here on the perimeter. Sam Hauser has also checked in now for Joe Mazzulla.
See here, Cornett doing a great job staying vertical and then getting downhill. Jaylen Brown just getting whatever he wants. And, you know, when you look at the makeup of Cleveland, they've got two guys in that starting lineup that can create offense. And then Karis LeVert coming off the bench. Everybody else needs the offense, in essence, created for them. And so it's much harder to do that later in the shot clock.
Mitchell is bumped. Looks like they're going to put him on the free throw line as Jaylen Brown is going to be called for his first. Karis LeVert had some big moments at a 26-point game in one of the regular season meetings with Boston this year. And GA, they need all the scoring punch they can get as Donovan Mitchell readies himself at the free throw line. He's got 10. Chance to tie this thing again for Cleveland. JB Bickerstaff, Mike for Sound tonight.
Down on that end of the floor, we've given up the things that we said we couldn't afford to give up, right? We've given up 3 threes already and 4 free throws, okay? So we got to do a much better job. Our closeouts, we got to get all the way to the body, make them put the ball on the floor.
One thing JB Bickerstaff touched on earlier, just the mental hurdle of this young group getting through a playoff series and the wonders it's done, GA, for their confidence level.
Yeah, listen, there was tremendous pressure, you know, because there was so much uncertainty as to what would materialize had they ended up losing that series. And Jason Tatum there, just the great ability to hang through that contact and convert there. Well, they just can hit you, the Celtics, in waves, especially off that wing with Brown and Tatum when they're aggressive to attack. And you see that three-point shooting there. The fact that Derek White was there doesn't allow Strus to sink down and provide the kind of help you need. A great read there by Tatum.
Jason Tatum. As we got some basketball Boston royalty in the house. Paul Pierce. Is anyone who could pull off that kind of neckwear? It's Mr. Pierce in this building. Mitchell squares up a little bit short on the three, and the rebound pulled by Jaylen Brown. So a 3-point Boston lead. White wasting no time. Short arms the three, and Mobley able to corral the rebound. Tough pass across the floor by Mitchell. It's a Cleveland turnover.
Well, it was a right out there. They're trying to get Strus some opportunities, because if it's one thing you notice, because of how good defensively Boston is, especially in that half court, it's going to be a little more of a challenge for Cleveland to get him going, but they've got to find a way to get him some looks here in this first half.
Strus shot only 31% in that first-round series against Orlando. Did have his best game of the series in Game 7 Sunday. 13 points. He hit 3 threes as Cornett is bumped underneath on the attempted catch. This will be on Okoro. It's going to put Cleveland over the limit. Penalty situation, so Luke Cornett to the free throw line for 2. Greg, they're going to need a couple extra minutes for him until Kristaps Porzingis is able to come back. Just gives them a little bit more size, especially against the Cleveland team who got a lot of size of their own when they're at full strength. A little peek at the upcoming national TV playoff schedule. What a series on the other side of the bracket in the East. Indiana and the Knicks. Game 2 of that series tomorrow here on TNT and True TV. And then Thursday, ESPN doubleheader. Game 2 of this series here in Boston and Dallas OKC. What a series that is going to be. NBA.com or visit the NBA app for the complete playoff schedule.
Well, now the chess game match begins, because as you go into the bench now for both teams, offensively you start to change a little bit. So if you're Cleveland with LeVert out there, who's a playmaker, the guy that can score, going to put a little more pressure on that back line defensively of Boston.
LeVert takes a little bit of a bump as he tries to slash and get into the paint. Tatum whistled for his first. Officials are having a conversation here. It's the 3rd team foul against Boston with 3:13 left in the quarter. As Marcus Morris readies himself to check in for the first time, it'll be a side out of bounds for Cleveland. We saw Morris get his minutes bumped up in that first round series with the absence of Jared Allen. JB Bickerstaff having to go a little bit deeper into his bench. Tristan Thompson is checking into the game as well, as has Sam Merrill. We expected his minutes to go up in this series as Mitchell is turned back. Shot clock didn't reset. Morris finally recognizes, he fires, and it's corralled underneath by Tatum. Tremendous Celtics defense. Dribble drive to the rack, and they're going to put Tatum back at the free throw line as the Celtics clearly trying to get their aggressiveness and get some easy opportunities in tight.
Yeah, here Cornett again staying vertical, that length and the ability to be under the rim for him defensively has a huge impact on that possession. And tell you, I'm not used to seeing this many whistles in a playoff game. They are calling it tight here early, and I think that's to the advantage of the Celtics. They have more dynamic offensive players, and the thing about officiating, you as a player have to attack what they're calling. I think that's smart here early. Understanding we're in the penalty, the Celtics, let's put pressure on that backline defense of Cleveland, especially now with the outsides. They don't have any shot blocking on the floor.
Drew Holiday back into the game for the Celtics. You saw Jared Allen on that Cavaliers bench. What a loss he's been. 4th straight DNP for him. There was a sense that maybe he was close to returning tonight, but after sitting with JB Bickerstaff, it didn't seem like that was the case. They say that Allen still is having trouble sleeping at night. Gia, you've had a similar injury, kind of a crack. They're calling it a rib contusion, but clearly that thing is not in a place where he can play yet.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's anywhere near close to being able to play, which is going to be a concern, because it does hinder, if you're JB Bickerstaff, in terms of rotations and style of play.
Tatum, Cornett trying to tap it in weak side, and now LeVert off and running. Mitchell sidestep. Holiday making it look easy against one of the elite defenders in the league.
And this is a big stretch here for Cleveland right now. You don't want to allow Boston to create too much separation. Is Holiday able to get all the way to the rim there for that deuce?
That Mitchell layup was the Cavaliers' first field goal in more than 3 minutes. So they've been a little bit streaky here, hot and cold so far in this first quarter. LeVert leaves him in his wake. And he's going to earn a trip to the free throw line, with the Cavs playing at a 7-point hole as we cross the 2-minute mark. It's on Cornett, his first.
And Donovan Mitchell just so strong and crafty in terms of his footwork and ability to finish. He wanted a foul on that one, but a nice attack there. And again, Cleveland offensively, they're fine, right? They 27 points, couple minutes left to go. They've got to figure out, in terms of their defense, how can we string together stops? Because the Celtics right now getting whatever they want offensively.
GA, it seemed like the talk, most of the experts going into this series had this as a Celtics runaway, but you feel like Cleveland has some things as LeVert follows his own miss and scoops it back up and in with his left hand. But you feel like the Cavs have a shot to maybe make some noise in this series.
Yeah, listen, I think they can be competitive. They've got a dynamic talent in terms of a nice play there by Pritchard. Donovan Mitchell, is built for the moment, and they've just got to get other guys to be able to have an impact positively. And this is one of them right here.
Merrill going glass way too much, trying to bank it in, a fight for it underneath. And the officials are going to give it to Boston.
So that possession defensively is what's so impressive about the Celtics. They run Merrill off that three-point line. And he's not a guy comfortable making plays inside that three-point line. So he's either got to do a better job in terms of moving it or sidestepping it for his triple.
Here's Pritchard working on the perimeter. Career year for Pritchard in one of the major statistical categories. Cornette, backdoor, it's Tatum. Nine points for Tatum. This is Garland getting a screen. Hasn't been able to find his stroke yet. Hauser clears. Holiday, corner pocket three. Fight for it weak side, and it's Garland for Cleveland. Hauser poking at it. Garland able to maintain, now to LeVert. Inside of 40 seconds left in the quarter, LeVert stumbling. He's been all over the place, and he goes glass again.
Yeah, but he's giving them a nice boost off the bench. Again, you have to be able to attack the defense of the Celtics. Your offense is not going to consistently create enough good looks. You've got to have guys who can individually beat their matchup.
Penalty situation, so more free throws for Boston. So Garland is whistled here for his first, and Peyton Pritchard to the free throw line. Pritchard struggled with his shooting in that previous round against Miami. But was a career best year in terms of scoring, assists, and rebounds. As Jaylen Brown's going to check back in. The game's all in the NBA app. Stay up on all the action with real-time highlights, scores, stats, and behind-the-scenes stories. Download the NBA app powered by Microsoft. This Boston bench, GA, really one of the few weaknesses, I guess if you can call it that, maybe going into the year. They didn't do a ton to address the second unit, but Joe Mazzulla feels good about his reserves, where they're at. You know, we're starting to see Sam Hauser emerge.
Well, one of the reasons why is his starting five is unique. You know, generally you don't have five guys that can do everything offensively in terms of scoring it, passing it, literally posting it. They can all run pick and rolls. They all shoot the three well. So when you go to your bench and stagger that lineup, you're going to still have two of those guys on the floor at all times. So now what you ask typically of guys coming off the bench changes. And, you know, most teams aren't built that way. That's one of the reasons why they are such a good team.
Morris showing his three-point stroke. Mitchell sucking in the second defender, and they left Morris wide open. Brown gets off a clean look. Boy, the way he's shooting it so far, you expected that one to drop. As Jaylen Brown with his first miss of the night, as he leads the Celtics with 15 points in that opening quarter. The Celtics playing some high-level, efficient offense. They did not turn it over in that entire first quarter. They're up 6. You're watching the second round on TNT, presented by Wingstop.
This is Roundup Dual Action. This stuff doesn't just kill existing weeds down to the root. It keeps working for up to 4 months, from the first days of spring to the 4th day of July. From summer beach days to pumpkin spice lattes. From sweltering days to sweater weather days. Roundup Dual Action kills existing weeds and keeps on working for up to 4 months. That's 120 days of days. Guaranteed or your money back. Roundup Dual Action. This stuff works.
T-Mobile savings, take one. Focus. Here's the line. At T-Mobile, you get tons of benefits and you can still save versus the other guys. Okay, I'll just do it. Check out the T-Mobile savings calculator and see how much you can save. And right now, we'll even pay off your phone when you switch. Oh my God.
At the tone, please record your message.
Michelob Ultra. Superior light beer.
The Cantina Chicken Burrito isn't just for late night, because it keeps it light with slow-roasted shredded chicken and finely shredded purple cabbage in a freshly grilled tortilla that's not shredded. Introducing the new Cantina Chicken Burrito, only at Taco Bell.
Why always the couch? Does he need to go to puppy school? Get his little puppy diploma? How much have I been spending on this little guy?
When your questions about life turn into questions about money, there's Erica, the virtual financial assistant to help you spend, save, and plan smarter. Only from Bank of America. What would you like the power to do?
At last, an electric vehicle made to recharge you. The all-new, all-electric 3-row Kia EV9.
Kia, movement that inspires.
What's all the commotion out here, boys?
Season 2 of Smiling Friends starts Sunday at midnight with back-to-back episodes on Adult Swim and next day on Max.
We're back here in Boston, and one reason why you have to be optimistic if you're a Cleveland Cavs fan is because of Donovan Mitchell, one of the guys in our league who can consistently score, even against great defense, efficiently, and he was all of that in this first quarter. Let's get over to Stephanie with a little more with Coach Bickerstaff.
Coach, Donovan Mitchell's gotten off to a great start. Do you anticipate that you'll be able to see this level of scoring throughout the rest of the game?
I mean, we're hopeful, but we got to do a better job defensively. Our offense has been just fine, but 40 points off of mostly free throws and the three-point attempts that we were talking about that were going to be critical. We got to do a better job in those two areas.
Jaylen Brown was perfect from the field and the free throw line before he just missed that last shot. How do you adjust your defense to help stop him?
I mean, we got to hold him up, right? Right now we're going for his pump fakes, allowing him to drive, get to the free throw line. So we just got to be more solid in our intent.
Thanks for talking.
Thank you.
All right, Stephanie, so a lot of what you were saying, Cleveland offense good, but they've done nothing with their defense, GA, to disrupt what Boston wants to do offensively.
And that's going to be the key. I do feel like they've got enough offensively to compete. The question is, can they get enough done defensively? Oh, man, what a blown opportunity there for the Cavs.
Just kind of slipped out of Marcus Morris's fingertips. Holiday on the box, wants to take Garland. He's surrounded by 3 defenders and off a broken play. Up and in. Xavier Tillman wasted no time putting his imprint on this game.
Yeah, and, you know, we talked about in terms of the bench of what the Celtics have or don't have. They've got guys that can just be who they are because they're going to be out there with great players. You know, like even right now, you still got Tatum and Holiday in the game. So from an offensive standpoint for the Celtics, they're going to still be able to create great opportunities.
Cleveland's offense has gone awry here. Last couple of minutes towards the end of the first quarter to where we are here. Garland trying to get them recalibrated up to the rim, misses in tight, and the rebound pulled by Horford. So a little bit of an early danger zone here for Cleveland. Transition 3 missed by Holiday. But the Cavaliers need some points as they play in an 8-point hole. Trying to buy some minutes here with Donovan Mitchell on the bench. Cleveland has missed 11 of its last 15 shots as Garland pulls his string. These are the minutes where he's got to give him something with Mitchell, GA on the bench.
And it's shot quality as much as anything. You know, they've got to do a better job of creating better looks in the half court.
Tatum, eyes lighten up as he takes on Merrill. As Jaylen Brown's going to check in for Boston, Strus and Okoro for the Cavaliers. Let's check in with Stephanie.
Spiro, you guys were talking about the bench of the Boston Celtics. So Joe Mazzulla told me earlier in the season that he fully trusts the mindset of his bench players. He says their attention to detail is one of the things that separates role players in the NBA. So he feels that his bench excels in those sorts of things, and the mindset, that's why he's so comfortable using them a lot more consistently.
And Stephanie, the growth of the coach as well. You know, Mazzulla is still the youngest active head coach in the league. Last year, of course, thrown into the fire with all the craziness off the floor. He's still only 35 years of age. as the Celtics turn it over here. But Mazzulla candid last year and talking about wanting to kind of grow on the job, figure out what his philosophy would be, Greg, coaching this team. And his comfort level, his confidence level last year to this year has been stark.
Yeah, and credit to him as well, because, listen, all assistant coaches aspire one day to be a head coach, but from his vantage point, he probably wasn't in that mindset as of yet, right? He was on the second side of the bench there, and becoming a head coach when he did was completely unexpected. So as he's matured and grown and developed the continuity and a chemistry with this group, it's been impressive to watch, because he said we give our players ownership in terms of who we are and how we compete. And I don't know that he could have the kind of success he's had if he didn't have the kind of personalities that the Celtics feature.
LeVert, high-arching little floater as he gets into the paint. And the Cavaliers' offense has gone stone cold. Their shooting percentage now has dipped down to 40%. Pritchard, corner pocket three. Celtics haven't shot it well from three, actually, to start this game. They're only 4 of 14. But despite that, they're up 11.
Yeah, but you saw the quality of that possession with Brown on the attack, get all the way into the paint.
Boy, what a pass. Touch feed by Tillman, trying to get it to Brown. He was able to rip it back from Donovan Mitchell. So an 11-point Celtics lead as we play with 8 and change left in this second quarter. Strus gets his chance here against Brown, poked away, and this is going to be a reach-in foul against Strus, his first.
And Strus doesn't like the call. Looked like he had pretty good position there. But to your point, that Cleveland right now offensively, boy, they are struggling to generate not just offense, but quality looks. And that's the concern right now. Defensively, listen, they're not going to hold this Celtics team under 100 points, but you want to have your defense at a point to where it gives your offense a chance.
Pritchard squares up. He's got that sweet stroke, not that time. Meantime, on this side of the floor, Cleveland to start the quarter is 0 for 6. Here comes Mitchell. High off glass, not that time. Fight for it. Holiday's going to push. Here he comes down the paint. Pretty left-handed scoop. And it's all Boston again. Largest lead of the night for the Celtics.
They are just relentless with their ability to turn great defense into offense here. Celtics in control.
Think you can call the shots? Play NBA Pick'em today. Pick, watch, win.
When I was diagnosed with HIV, I didn't know who I would be.
But here I am, being me.
Keep being you and ask your healthcare provider about the #1 prescribed HIV treatment, Biktarvy.
Biktarvy is a complete one-pill, once-a-day treatment used for HIV in many people, whether you're 18 or 80. With one small pill, Biktarvy fights HIV to help you get to undetectable and stay there, whether you're just starting or replacing your current treatment. Research shows that taking HIV treatment as prescribed and getting to and staying undetectable prevents transmitting HIV through sex. Serious side effects can occur, including kidney problems and kidney failure. Rare, life-threatening side effects include a buildup of lactic acid and liver problems. Do not take Biktarvy if you take dofetilide or rifampin. Tell your healthcare provider about all the medicines and supplements you take if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, or if you have kidney or liver problems, including hepatitis. If you have hepatitis B, do not stop taking Biktarvy without talking to your healthcare provider. Common side effects are diarrhea, nausea, and headache.
No matter where life takes you, Biktarvy can go with you. Talk to your healthcare provider today.
Let's do it.
Come on, Daddy, get me.
Nice play. All right, go.
There you go.
So cute.
At Ally, we're helping millions save more for the things that matter most to them. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally.
Get back to work.
People sing around, now people gather around, now people jump around. Get your freak on, get your freak on, get your freak on.
You give and you give. Now you get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get unlimited data and you get to choose who gets on your family plan starting at just $25 a line. Does it have to be family?
More lines, more savings. Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line.
We're from the future.
We're here to save the world. Like, Back to the Future.
I haven't seen it. You literally made the time machine.
It's like a paleontologist not watching Jurassic Park.
Our fate depends on your success.
What do you need? Time.
The Lazarus Project. New season, June 9th on TNT.
Welcome to the NBA playoffs.
My colleagues are the best. They're Hall of Famers. At NBA TV, we're giving you the real stuff. They're champions.
We're taking you into a locker room.
Is there anything else you could need when it comes to the playoffs? I don't think so.
Fans should tune in to NBA TV for game winners.
The highlights off the charts. Just passion.
Great breakdowns. And most importantly, the moments you can't get anywhere else.
That's why I love the playoffs, man.
The playoffs are the most fun time of the year.
They're unpredictable and they're going to be amazing.
NBA TV, this is the place to be.
Watch hit shows like Up and Adams and Run It Back with the FanDuel TV Plus app. It's available for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV connected devices. Packed house here in Boston, 13-point Celtics lead, and they're starting to lean on this Cleveland offense. As the Cavaliers, some ugly numbers, GA, still looking for their first points and basket in the second quarter.
Yeah, and a lot of it credit the Celtics defense. They just can't generate any mismatches, right? They're not creating any rotations defensively for the Celtics, and they're just this group. If they don't have Garland as well playing at a high level, it's really hard for them to generate good looks.
Pritchard, no. Cornette's tip nearly went. Can they get Max Strus and some of these supporting cast players comfortable as the Cavs finally with their first points of the quarter?
And how does that come, right? They get a defensive rebound and get out in transition before the Celtics can load. They're going to have to figure out a way to generate more possessions like that.
Horford, boy, he is still producing at a high level at the ripe old age of 37.
Great recognition of that mismatch there by Drew Holiday.
Strus a little bit flat on that three. Cleveland again, one and done. Up the floor comes Jaylen Brown. As we cross the 7-minute mark before halftime, Brown leans in to create the space. Short, Cornette. It's been a live body off that Boston bench. Here comes Brown on the attack. Into the corner, and it looked like Pritchard was out of bounds on the catch. So only the second Celtics turnover. GA, they set an NBA all-time record for highest ever offensive rating this season.
You know, that starting five, in a lot of ways, you go back to the heyday, right? The Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Celtics, where they had a similar makeup. They had five guys that could do everything offensively. They could play facing the basket. They could shoot it. They could also pass it, and that's what this group has. And then they're also all terrific defenders, so it just puts a lot of pressure on you as an opponent to kind of figure out how to compete with that.
Big shot for Garland, his second basket for the Cavs. He's got 5 points, so a 10-point game. Despite all their shooting struggles, Cleveland still just 40% for the game. Back to within 10 as we got a wrestling match here off the ball. This will be on Strus. As he knocks Horford to the floor. Strus looks befuddled. That's going to be his second.
You see here, this is the kind of movement. You see how you catch Horford in that drop there, but that's because of the motion and the ball movement, and you've got to have a ton of that, especially when you don't have as many guys that are comfortable creating offense off the dribble. So that's something that J.B. Bickerstaff and his coaching staff are going to have to figure out a way to get that ball and those bodies moving.
Derek White gives to Brown on the wing. Brown again, what a matchup against Okoro. Shot clock down to 1. Pritchard had to hoist. And the rebound taken by Mobley underneath. So we crossed the midway point of the second quarter. Game 1, Celtics and Cavaliers. Boston taking the regular season series 2-1. Here comes Mitchell, up and under. Mobley, leaning hook, misses again in tight.
Yeah, he's not shooting that. He's kind of pushing that that jump hook there. He's got to be a little more committed to it.
Jaylen Brown snaps another through the net. He had 15 in the first quarter, his first points since 12-point game. This is Okoro, splash. Third three of the half for Okoro.
He's been terrific there, and a great read there by Mobley.
Three-pointer from Pritchard. Boy, Cornette's been all over the gym. This is a little chippy and tight. Mitchell, transition three. Offensive rebound, Mobley. Outside, Okoro.
Well, that's a possession there where Mobley's got to look at the rim. He gets an offensive rebound 3 feet from the basket, does not look at the rim. I don't mind the unselfishness, but they've got to get him going offensively.
9-point Celtics lead as we play game one here in Boston on TNT.
Giannis, why'd you switch to Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's crisp, refreshing, it's great.
Giannis, over here. Giannis, who are your new friends?
This is Lemon Lime.
Hi.
Sup?
Giannis, why are you leaving me?
I drink Starry now, okay?
Yeah, he's not okay.
Shut up, tennis ball.
What'd you call us?
Giannis, I love you.
No more questions.
No, leave, come back. Ow!
Try Starry. It's time to see other sodas.
That was embarrassing.
In here, you can expect to find crystal clear audio, expansive display space, and more comfort for everyone. But we still left room for all the unexpected things you'll find out here. The new 2024 Grand Cherokee lineup. Jeep, there's only one.
It's Jeep 4x4 season, where right now, get the 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee starting at $38,290 MSRP. Visit Jeep.com for details.
Come feed your inner child and set your imaginary friends free with items like the unbelievable Blue Soda Pop, the Coney Island Pizza Omelet, and Blue Dazzleberry Pancakes. Inspired by the all-new movie If. Kids eat free 4 to 10 p.m. and see If only in theaters May 17th.
T-Mobile savings, take one. Focus. Here's the line. At T-Mobile, you get tons of benefits and you can still save versus the other guys. Okay, I'll just do it. Check out the T-Mobile savings calculator and see how much you can save. And right now, we'll even pay off your phone when you switch.
Crispy wraps at BK, 4 ways to flavor up your day. Break the routine with something nice. Put some spice back in your life. BK, have it your way. I could do this with my eyes.
I missed this.
Daredevil, Henrik Lundqvist.
Adrenaline's flowing, just like the Stanley Cup playoffs. Split-second decisions. Passives at every turn. A lot of crucial shifts. And stick work.
Just a strong stick.
Hair racing behind the wheel. I don't know, like in our studio.
Embrace the chaos. Getting gear up for the moment.
This is pretty good. You can't beat the playoffs.
Pure full shot of adrenaline right to the heart.
24 hours, I don't never sleep.
24 chefs.
I've been up working on a better me.
24 challenges.
I don't pay attention what you telling me.
24 non-stop hours.
I've never cooked for 24 hours straight. I don't think you're supposed to.
The clock literally never stops.
24 hours, I don't never sleep.
Finale, 24 and 24. Last Chef Standing. Sunday night at 8. On Food Network. Stream on Max.
Nightfall in Boston, where the Celtics hold a 9-point lead. Jason Tatum, Darius Garland, Mike for sound tonight here in Boston.
Quick, right left. Reload it. Short. Take ball. Get in there, girl. Hey. I got Mitchell. Come on, Black. What's that, 92%?
What a matchup between those two. Three-pointer Jaylen Brown has been cash money in this opening half. He's got 20.
And I was about to say that was a terrific possession defensively for Cleveland, but Jaylen Brown there just with the dagger.
Max Strus again, desperately need him to have a big series. Misses from deep that time. Tatum squares the shoulders, misses back iron, and Strus able to corral it weak side. Here comes Garland on the attack. That's when J.B. Bickerstaff said we are at our best. When Garland is pushing with his aggressiveness up the floor, he's got 7.
And then even on that possession, the Celtics had great floor balance defensively there. That's, again, one of the strengths of this group. But Garland there just kind of imposing his will to get all the way to the rim.
Derek White probing the defense. Going to reset to Tatum. Shaking Strus. White from deep. Actually hasn't been a great three-point half for Boston. As a team, they're 6 of 21, but despite that, they've got a 13-point lead. And this is going to be an illegal pick. Looks like it's on Mobley.
And even though they haven't shot it well from 3, again, it's their shot quality, right? They have created so many good looks here. You see the attack, and look at the space and the time that White has to release that triple. Their unselfishness, their spacing, and then the fact that all of their guys have that ability to shoot it at a high level.
Look at White during the season. He was 11th in the NBA in three-point percentage, but he led the league in the regular season with 4.2 made threes per game. Just crazy to see his career continue, GA, to reach new heights. What a player he's become now in his 7th year in the NBA. Tatum challenging Mobley and Cornet. Now they're going to say offensive interference, goaltend against Cornet. So wipe it away, and it remains a 13-point differential. Let's see if they challenge here.
Yeah, from our angle, it looked like it was a clean play. The officials call otherwise there. Joe doesn't seem to want to challenge.
You are usually a proponent of the coach keeping the challenge for late.
Well, you get the extra one, and that one's clearly off. Though I think that's one you challenge knowing you still have one. I don't typically like to see you use it in the first quarter except under extreme circumstances. He might also feel pretty confident with his group being up 13.
Garland inside, Mobley the bobble. Good Cleveland ball movement. Here comes Strus. Little shot put floater misses. Mobley the rebound, and finally Mobley able to get himself on the board. It's his 2nd field goal. He's got 9 rebounds, and it's an 11-point game.
I think he's going to be critical for the Cavs to be competitive in this series.
Tatum trying to create some space, having his way against Strus. So Tatum now 4 of 9. He's got 11. As we hit the 2-minute mark before halftime, Mitchell. Soft touch, not that time. Rebound Tatum. Here he comes on the push. This Boston Celtics team, after losing that opening series game against Miami, has been on a mission. Tatum well short on a step back, and then Cornet fouled. Boy, he has given them some tremendous activity off the bench.
And that's what we talked about, right? It's not so much the stats. It's him being able to do what he does best. You see Jason Tatum there with a really difficult fade there. Wanted the contact as well, but Cornet, he's given him great minutes, right? He's shot blocking, rim protection, attacking the offensive glass. He's a good screener. And because of how dynamic that starting 5 is, and also because they're going to always have 2 high-level offensive players on the floor, it allows for that bench to kind of be able to impact games in ways that most teams can ill afford.
For Jaylen Brown, only his 4th missed shot in 11 attempts. Garland short. And Tatum with the loose change. As we play with 1:20 left before halftime. Celtics with possession and a 13-point lead as they play with supreme confidence in the opening game of this Eastern semi. Tatum doing his dance, short. His putback try, no, and then a reach-in foul here against Tatum. Scott Foster blows the whistle. Celtics had one to give here in the final 2 minutes, so Cleveland's going to bring it up the floor as Tatum is whistled for his second.
Good job there defensively by Strus. Didn't give ground and was able to at least give a contest there, and then comes up with that defensive backboard. But offense now, where can they find it if you're Cleveland? Only 12 points scored here in this second quarter.
See the poor shooting by Cleveland in the quarter. Here comes Mitchell, and he's headed to the free throw line. A potential three-point play. And despite the Cavaliers' offensive woes, they've got a chance to cut it back down to 10. And this is the third against Tatum.
And Mitchell, he's so strong. If he can get the shoulder on you, there are just not many in this league that are going to be able to stop him from getting where he wants to go.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Uber Eats. From beer to wings, get anything for game day. And by Burger King at BK, have it your way. You rule. Always a great scene here in Boston, especially this time of year. Donovan Mitchell, a guy who's never shied away from the big stage. He's had that lingering knee issue, GA, all season. He's fought his way through. Just a remarkable scoring binge. 89 points, second most in history in a game 6 and 7 of a playoff series behind only Allen Iverson as Horford misses on a three. Mitchell fight for it with Brown. It's loose, bodies all over the place. Tatum and Morris, and it's Mitchell out of the fray, and then he coughs it up. White was able to get a fingertip on it, and now Boston can hold for the final shot.
Yeah, how about the effort there? Really by both teams, but the Celtics just never quitting on that possession.
Cavs are out of fouls. White, the orchestrator, shaking Mitchell to the cup. Morris got him. Up the floor, Okoro, clean look. And that's going to get us to halftime here in Boston. It was Tristan Thompson, I beg your pardon, who got it inside and pinning Derek White on the glass for Cleveland. So despite the Cavs' second quarter struggles, GA, with their shot, it's a 10-point game.
Yeah, you can't feel too down if you're the Cavs right now, but the Celtics continuing to show, wow, they're the favorites in this Eastern Conference.
You're watching the second round on TNT, presented by Wingstop.
Instantly, DraftKings, these offers got me hyped for the playoffs. On the outside, I'm cool. But on the inside, I'm like...
New customers download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and turn a $5 playoff bet into $150 instantly in bonus bets. The crown is yours.
Ooh.
I am the last of the Time Lords.
There's as many dimensions as there are atoms in the universe.
Oh my, Bridgerton.
That is amazing!
Oh,
I miss you.
When you think about it,
Are you coming home?
I'll be there when you wake up. Half the trips the world takes are trips home.
I'll call you soon, Dad.
It's the feeling we all eventually long to get back to. No matter what took us away to begin with, we know, because at Delta we're travelers, just like you. Which is why we try to make you feel at home long before you even get there.
Can I do this?
Do they like me?
Who am I? In sports, we find the answers. They challenge us. Inspire us to lead. And most importantly, sports teach us how to be ourselves. The lessons sports teach us go far beyond the field, the track, the pool, the court. How far will you go?
Storm's coming. We need to take shelter.
conquer the weekend in the all-new Hyundai Santa Fe with best-in-class rear cargo space.
Let me vibe for a minute.
I love this jacket. You'll never find it.
Step, son. Both in the where he get that from. Said she trying to ride it. I'm like, yeah, get it. I don't know her name, but she fit in with the other bad women in the section. Where I provided direction. Straight face gang got me feeling like a henchman. Hey, let me vibe for a minute. Hey, way too high when I'm in it. Hey, let me vibe, let me vibe.
AE drink spray? AE drink spray.
You want to hoop like Anthony Edwards? Practice. You want a refreshing drink? Obey your thirst. And I tried to tell him, man.
Oh, I know. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Ziploc knows your secret recipes should be shared. That's why we designed the only bag that folds over, stays open, and makes marinating easy. Ziploc. Unlock an extra set of hands. Unlock life. SC Johnson.
The NBA app is everyone's app.
The American Express Halftime Report is brought to you by the powerful backing of American Express.
Celtics have led in every game they have played this postseason, all 5 against Miami, and tonight in Game 1 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Led by as many as 13, the advantage is 10 at the break, 59-49. Yes, I can read my writing. It's the American Express Halftime Report. Studio J here in Atlanta.
I was a boys.
Yeah.
I was a new addition.
Yes, Shaq.
Name one new addition song.
Kenny.
Chuck.
And Chuck.
Mr. Telephone Man. Can't Stand the Rain.
Go, there you go. Can't Stand the Rain.
All right, that's a good one too. There you go.
Hit me with those American Express teammates, won't you, from the first half of this one? Jaylen Brown, who led them in the Miami series, got 20 in the first half on 7 of 11. In fact, this is their top 3 scorers in order from the Miami series. White and Tatum got 11 each. Still a game, 10-point game separating the two. What'd you think of Jaylen Brown?
When you're part of the 1-2 punch, the team relies on you or the other that's part of the 1-2 punch to get off to a great start. And Jaylen Brown is playing phenomenal. 7 out of 11, he's really aggressive, decisive on the shots right here. Pump fake, shooting with confidence, the 3-ball. We all know that Boston likes to shoot the 3-ball, but look, he's playing aggressive, he's feeling it. And listen, the guys are going to him. Tatum's not really playing that well, even though he has 11 points, but this is why they call it a 1-2 punch. You know anything about boxing, you can get knocked out with the right hand or you can get knocked out with the jab. Right now, the jab is effective for Boston. Jaylen Brown playing excellent basketball.
59-49, your score. And Kenny looking at scoring opportunities not just for the Celtics, but for the Cleveland Cavaliers as well.
Yeah. One guy's already leaning. One guy's trying to trip me.
Yeah, but he's leaning back.
He's not. He's going. He's going. I'm not going, man.
No, go do your
this
thing.
Is not a fair run. This is not a fair run.
Wait, what?
No, because he's already turned around.
I'm giving you a screen here.
Thank you. Man, I didn't mean to take your pride. Oh, man, if we're going to race, let's race fairly. Can't be already turned around and moving in. It's only 5 steps to here. Just like I said, it's 5 steps to the basket and probably 10 for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And here's the difference in the offensive sets. The Cavaliers, here, freeze it here. Donovan Mitchell has the basketball right now. We're about 8 seconds already into the 7 seconds into the shot clock. He has the basketball, 7. Now we're moving it 1 second, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. So 12 seconds to get a basket. But the Boston Celtics, they don't have to put the ball in their 1-2 punches hands, Shaq. As you said, the one here is we're going to run a pick and roll with Pritchard. Pritchard, you run the pick and roll off it. We don't like it, throw it. We're going to freeze it again. We're running a pick and roll with our other Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday, you make the pick and roll, and now all you have to do is finish the basket. So for me, it's so much easier for the Boston Celtics stars to score than they are, because the same thing with Garland. He's got to take 8 dribbles and 9 dribbles. And if you looked at the highlight Shaq showed, a lot of those plays, It was just catch and finish for Jaylen Brown.
Hey, we know Donovan Mitchell can score. He's got 17 in the first half. They're in the game because you're Auburn guy.
I was going to say, Isaac Okoro is the reason they're even close in this game. He really got to step up. Garland's got to step up at Max Strus and Karis LeVert. But I'll tell you something. Luke Cornett, he's doing a hell of an impersonation of Porzingis. He's doing a really good job on the board. He's got him a couple offensive rebounds. He's played very well. But to piggyback on Kenny points, man, you're plugging a lot of holes with them Celtics. They got a lot of guys can shoot that thing. Hauser's terrific. Pritchard's terrific. But obviously you go to the big two guys, man. I'm not even mentioning Drew and Derek. Yeah. I mean, you just got a lot of holes to plug. But shout out to Luke Cornett, who did a fabulous job, and my boy from Auburn, Mr. Okoro.
Okoro had 4 threes in the 7-game series against the Magic. Excuse me. He's got 3 in the first half of this one for 11 points.
And you know what, Ernie? The way they're playing, he's going to keep shooting them. I mean, he's going to be open all night.
We should do that routine, Ernie.
No, we shouldn't do that routine, Shaq.
Gotcha. You could be Ralph.
Can you stand the rain?
Can you stand the rain?
What did I say?
Be Ralph, Ernie.
Yeah, that's it.
You were close.
I mean, we know what you were talking about.
Do today. I've been working so hard, it's time to play. Gonna get up, get out, and do my thing. Make a big old scene and get swept away. Hey,
when you're with Amex, you're VIP and MVP.
I show up, you show up, we show up. Everybody gonna have a good time. I show up, you show up, we show up. Everybody gonna have a good time.
That's the powerful backing of American Express.
It goes.
Nice. AT&T just sent me a heads up on the best plan for me. I'm all about good advice.
Mello, you give horrible advice.
Draft night 2003. Here we go. Are you sure about this, Mello?
Where does the suit end and perk begin?
Trust me, these suits are timeless classics.
Bossy boys.
What?
AT&T Optimizer provides proactive recommendations so you get what's right for you.
Fast Twitch Energy Drink. Feel the energy. Find your speed. With 200 milligrams of caffeine, 0 sugar, and electrolytes. Start fast with Fast Twitch. How Gatorade does energy.
Whoa, how'd you get your teeth so white?
You gotta use the right toothpaste.
Dr. C?
Not all toothpaste whiten the same.
Crest 3D White removes 100% more stains for a noticeably whiter smile.
New personal best.
Crest.
The NBA app is everyone's app. Everyone locked in on playoffs action. Every fan tapping into playoff stats.
Points, rebounds, assists.
Every streetwear king throwing playoff fits. Every hoop head witnessing playoffs history. And everyone else on this floating basketball we call Earth.
The only thing sweeter than summer break is a summer bake.
Pack your bags.
These bakers will take your taste buds on a trip.
It's time to dive in
to the sweetest competition of the season.
Season premiere Summer Baking Championship Monday at 8 on Food Network and stream on Max.
The house that we've been building did not happen overnight. 17 years old, I went into the military.
I was a competitive cheerleader.
I was homeless, living in a car. Wrestling was this way to express myself.
This was my sole purpose in life. I was born to be a professional wrestler.
I'm bringing the fire, baby, because we all elite.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Still to come tonight, MVP.
That's how you go to work. That's how you go to work, Shaq.
Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks and OKC to take on the Thunder.
That's how you go to work. That's the way you go to work. Okay. It's a battle, baby. We going to battle on the court. We going a battle everywhere. You got the bag that matched too.
Meantime, Jamal Murray threw a towel, and then after that had no effect. Then he threw a heating pad out there, and this landed on the floor, kicked by Reggie Jackson. And for those efforts, a $100,000 fine for Jamal Murray.
That's fair. I'm glad they didn't suspend him.
It was close.
Obviously, it was a bad way because he did it twice.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they didn't suspend it.
Dude, somebody got seriously hurt on that.
Oh, man, stop it. It's a
stop
it.
That's what I'm saying. You stop it.
Come on. You get seriously hurt on that thing, you just can't play.
Here's Chris Haynes on Mitchell Robinson to be reevaluated in 6 to 8 weeks. Left ankle injury for the Knicks.
That's a shame, man.
Who took game 1 against the Pacers, game 2 on TNT tomorrow night.
You know, I spend a lot of time thinking about dirt.
At 3 in the morning.
Any time of day. What people don't know is that not all dirt is the same. You need dirt with the right kind of nutrients. Look at this new organic soil from Miracle Grow.
Everybody should have it. It worked great for us.
This is as good as gold in any garden. If people only knew that it really is about the dirt.
You're a dirt nerd.
Huge dirt nerd. I'm proud of it.
You give and you give. Now you get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get unlimited data and you get to choose who gets on your family plan starting at just $25 a line.
Does it have to be family?
More lines, more savings. Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line.
Before we start, you have medical insurance? What? Your coverage good? You have dental?
You ready? Ready.
Do you believe in me? Let me fight beside you. I think we're all going to die.
I'm glad he's on our side.
Into another dimension. Say, baby, what you doing? What you doing? Where you at? Where you at? Oh, you got plans. You got plans. Don't say that. Shut your trap. I'm sipping. I'ma leave the door open.
Here we go. Absolutely incredible. Wow. Are you kidding me? He scores! Spectacular!
Let's try this again. What do you see?
My first championship in Houston. Second championship. Charles not winning a championship.
Kenny, let's try and stay positive.
Oh, I'm positive he didn't win a ring.
Oh, my God.
Go to NBAstore.com and get today's special offer. Shop now.
The defense is where we have to be better, and again, it's the things that we're giving up. Okay, too many threes, too many layups, and in the fouls. We got to keep them off the free throw line.
Do a better job defending the three-point line. That's the most important thing. Defending the three-point line with physicality, multiple efforts, and shift activity. Great offensive organization. We still haven't put our mark on the game defensively like we know we can. We got to be better defensively.
Both coaches working hard as the chess match between these two head men continues as we welcome you back. Start of the second half here in Boston. Game 1, Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Spiro Ditas, Greg Anthony, Stephanie Reddy, rest of our TNT crew. Cavs coming in fresh off their hard-fought 7-game series win over the Magic as Tatum gets Spider Mitchell to start the half.
And that's an example of a multiple effort, right? You sit down, Tatum, and defend it, but then also the ability to contest there.
Horford, another start for the absent Kristaps Porzingis. Holiday. Greg, biggest takeaways from you from the first half, and what does Cleveland need to do here to make this a game?
First is how good the Celtics are, because I didn't think they played